like to fly, so I took a bus from London to Boston. You know how much that costs? I've never had so much change in my hand at once, but I had to get here. Thanks. This morning I woke up out of a dream, went right into a daydream. I was having a dream that midgets were trying to assassinate me. So I bought a bulletproof car. But since they are midgets, I bought a convertible. I went to a general store that wouldn't let me buy anything specifically. Two babies were born in the hospital the same day. Two little babies. They put them in the same room. They're just laying there looking at each other. Each family came in, took their baby away. Babies lived their entire lives. 85 years later, by a bizarre coincidence, they end up in the same hospital, in the same room, laying there on their deathbeds, just laying there looking at each other. One of them says to the other one, "So, what did you think?" I remember being 5 years old watching TV. Only you can prevent forest fires. Oh no. Every night, 2:30 in the morning, climbing out in the window with a bucket of water. Do you think when they asked George Washington for his ID, he just took out a quarter? George trying to decide something. Call it in the air, me or tails. My theory of evolution, I think Darwin was adopted. I've been making wine at home, but I make it out of raisins, so it'll be aged automatically. About a year ago, my girlfriend was on the pill using a diaphragm and an IUD all at once. Recently, she had a baby. Baby was born wearing armor. My friend George walked his dog all at once. He walked him from Boston to Fort Lauderdale and back. And he said, "No, you're done." One night I went over to George's house when he wasn't there, and I went over to his dog, and I put little contact lenses in his dog's eyes that had cats on them. I took one out and he ran in circles. I went to a Halloween party dressed as the equator. People walked towards me, they got warmer. For about 3 weeks, I owed George $25. For 3 weeks, I owed him $25. The whole time I had the money on me, he didn't know it. Walking through New York City, 2:30 in the morning. Man stepped out of an alley with a gun. He says, "You two, give me all your money." I said, "Wait a minute." I said, "George, here's a $25 all you have." Thief took one step away, then out of his own money, he took out $1,000 and he gave it to George, and at gunpoint, he made me borrow $1,000 from George. Thanks a lot. About 4 years ago, I did one of these young comedians. I'd like you to take a look at it right now. I got up the other day and everything in my apartment had been stolen and replaced with an exact replica. I couldn't believe it. I called my roommate and I said, "Come here, look at this stuff. It's all an exact replica. What do you think?" He said, "Do I know you?" Now I'd like to introduce a comedian also from Boston, a really good friend of mine, a funny human, and a man who has a very non-fiction view of the world. Let's have a nice round of applause for Mr. Barry Crimmins.
Wright. Okay, thanks a lot. I'm really psyched. It's great to be here. Nice to be here in Massachusetts. We got some weird stuff recently. We got the death penalty in Massachusetts. That's kind of a hassle. So now if you want to kill somebody, you have to go up to New Hampshire or down to Rhode Island. Been traveling a lot. I just got back from the Midwest, the Heartland. You know why they call it the Heartland? Because the brain isn't there. Went to Akron, Ohio. Akron, Ohio is the only city people from Cleveland are eligible to make fun of. I couldn't figure out why anybody would live in Akron, so I took a poll. I said, "Hey, why do you live in Akron?" It was a tie for first place. 50% of the people said they couldn't sell their homes. The other 50% were in the Federal Witness Protection Program. Biggest hassle of the tour, I went to Kentucky. I got into a big hassle. I got caught smuggling books into Kentucky. Got off on a technicality. No one could prove they were books. Couple of things been bugging me lately. Why is it that people that work in record stores act like they're rock and roll stars? Same story every time you bring the album up to the guy. "Oh, you still listen to this crap? Yeah, you still making $68 a week, loser?" I'm into ecology, although I like acid rain because I'm a fisherman and it's so much easier now just to scoop the little guys off the top. Whoa! Mark Twain's dead. Somebody has to point this shit out. Reagan's so into pulling boats into harbors, I'm afraid he's going to pull the boats into the harbor in Nicaragua, which would suck because he mined that 3 years ago and he's old and he forgets. Reagan got $100 million for the Contras, then he declared himself a Contra. Apparently he was short of cash, I'm not sure. How many people here thought Grenada was a Ford until a couple of years ago? We had to go in there. We had to get those medical students out of there. Some of them are dangerously close to graduation. Bumper stickers are idiotic. They say dumb things. This car stops at all bars. Bet your insurance agent loves to see that. A must for roadblocks. Don't you love the roadblocks? You have to act like you're really into it. Oh, thank you for randomly hassling me this evening, officer. And the most annoying bumper sticker of all times has got to be, ask me about my grandchildren. Roll down your window. I will, because you're driving 4 miles an hour. We got scads of time to chat. I'm gonna be your age when I get home, you piece of shit. You guys have been a tremendous audience. I want to thank you all very much.
Let's hear it for Barry Crimmins. Okay. Good night from Boston.